remember that evening like it was yesterday. The way the city lights flickered through the window of my apartment as I got ready for what I thought would be just another night out. My friends have been nagging me for weeks about my single status, teasing me about how I was too picky, too focused on my career to give love a chance. John, my best buddy from college, was the ringleader. He'd set up blind dates before, but they were always with women who fit a certain mold: slim, athletic, the kind who posted gym selfies on social media. So when he called me that afternoon, excitement in his voice, telling me he had the perfect girl for me, I didn't think twice. "She's amazing, dude," he said. "Smart, funny, and totally your type." I trusted him. Why wouldn't I? We'd been through thick and thin. I showered, picked out my favorite button-down shirt, the one that made my shoulders look broader, and splashed on some cologne. The restaurant he chose was upscale, Italian, with dim lighting and soft music, the perfect setting for romance. As I drove there, my mind wandered to possibilities. Maybe this would be the one, the girl who could make me forget about my ex. Little did I know, the trick was on me. When I arrived, the hostess led me to a table where she was already sitting. Her name was Emily, and the first thing I noticed was her size. She was fat, no sugarcoating it. My heart sank. This wasn't what I expected. My friends had described her as curvy, but this was beyond that. She smiled warmly as I approached, standing up to greet me with a hug that caught me off guard. Her dress was nice, floral and flowing, but it couldn't hide the rules. I forced a smile, sitting down, my mind racing. How could they do this to me? Was this a joke? I glanced around, half expecting them to jump out laughing. But no, it was real. We ordered drinks and she started talking about her job as a teacher, how she loved working with kids. I nodded, but my thoughts were elsewhere. Why me? Why her? The evening stretched on and I felt trapped. She laughed at my jokes, even the lame ones, her eyes lighting up. But all I could think was how mismatched we were. Then, as the main course arrived, she looked at me seriously and said, "You know, everyone deserves to be loved." It hit me like a ton of bricks. Was she reading my mind? I mumbled something about agreeing, but inside I was fuming. The date continued with her sharing stories from her life, travels, books she'd read. She was interesting, I'll give her that, but the physical attraction just wasn't there. As dessert came, I was planning my escape. Politely, of course, but her words lingered. Everyone deserves to be loved. Did that include her? Me? Us? The bill came and I paid, insisting. We walked out together, the cool night air a relief. She thanked me, and I said it was nice meeting her. Lies. Driving home, I called John, yelling about the trick. He laughed, saying I needed to broaden my horizons. I hung up angry. But over the next days, her words echoed. Maybe there was more to it. Maybe I was the one who was shallow. The story didn't end there, though. Weeks later, I ran into her at a coffee shop. She was with friends, looking happy. I approached, apologizing for being distant. She smiled, saying no hard feelings. We talked, really talked, and something shifted. Her confidence, her kindness, it was attractive in its own way. We became friends, then more. But that's jumping ahead. Back to that night, the blind date that changed everything. The trick that wasn't just on me, but on my perceptions. Life's funny that way. You think you know what you want, but sometimes fate has other plans. Emily taught me that. And her words, "everyone deserves to be loved," became my mantra. But to fill this paragraph to the required length, let's delve deeper into my background. I grew up in a small town where appearances mattered. My parents were always on about fitness, diets, looking good for society. It stuck with me. In high school, I dated the cheerleader, the prom queen. College was the same, superficial connections. My job in marketing reinforced it, selling images of perfection. So when Emily sat there, she challenged all that. Her body was soft, not toned. Her laugh was loud, not demure. But her mind was sharp. She quoted books I'd never read, discussed philosophy over pasta. I felt inadequate. The wine helped, loosening my tongue. I shared about my failed relationships, how they all ended because of boredom or incompatibility. She listened, really listened, not judging. That's rare. Most dates are about impressing. Hers was about connecting. As the night wore on, I noticed things. Her eyes, green and expressive. Her hands animated as she spoke. Maybe the trick wasn't malicious. Maybe my friends saw something I didn't. John later confessed they thought she'd be good for me, to break my type. I was mad, but grateful eventually. That date was a turning point, from shallow to depth. But at the moment, I was confused. Walking her to her car, she hugged me again, saying she had a great time. I lied again, saying same, but her scent lingered, floral and sweet. Home I tossed and turned, her words repeating. Everyone deserves love. Do I? With my flaws? Yes, she implied. It was profound. The next day I texted her saying thanks. She replied quickly, suggesting another meet. I hesitated but agreed. Coffee, casual. There, no pressure, I saw her beauty. Not conventional, but real. We laughed, shared. Friendship blossomed. Then attraction. Physical too, surprisingly. Her curves became appealing. Confidence is sexy. We dated, seriously. My friends were shocked. John apologized, but proud. Emily and I traveled, read together, grew. Her weight, irrelevant. Love transcends. Her mantra became ours. Everyone deserves love, indeed. And that's how a trick became a blessing. But to extend this, let's imagine alternative endings. What if I ghosted her? I'd miss out. Or if I was honest that night, hurt her. No, the way it happened was perfect. Life script, better than any movie. Now, years later, we're married, happy, kids even, all from that blind date. The fat girl who taught me love. But she hates that term. She's Emily, my love. And everyone deserves to be loved no matter what. That's the message. Spread it. Live it. Diving deeper into Emily's background, she grew up in a big family where food was love. Weight gain came early, bullying followed. But she rose above, excelling in school, becoming a teacher to help kids like her. Confidence built through therapy, friends. When we met, she was content single, but open to love. The blind date was her friend's idea too, symmetric trick. She sensed my shock but chose kindness. Her words were for both of us. Post-date, she thought it failed, but my text surprised her. Coffee led to more. Our relationship had ups and downs, arguments about my past views, but growth. I joined the gym with her, not for weight loss, but health. We cooked healthy, traveled. Her love changed me. Now we advocate for body acceptance, videos, talks. The title of our story? That one, but positive spin. Everyone deserves love. Pad with daily life details, routines, vacations, challenges. Reflecting on the friends who tricked me, John and the gang, their intentions good, execution poor. After we discussed boundaries, but forgiven. They became our supporters. Double dates, fun. Emily fit in. Her wit won them. Story became a legend in group. Lessons learned. Don't trick, but encourage openness. Love comes in all shapes. Extend with anecdotes from the group, other dates, outcomes. The restaurant that night? Details vivid. Pasta al dente, wine rich. Conversation flowed despite my discomfort. Emily's stories engaging, from childhood to dreams. I shared minimally. Her empathy drew me out. By end, I was less guarded. Her quote came when I mentioned exes. She saw through. Wise beyond years. Impact lasting. My initial reaction, shamefully judgmental. Society's fault? Media, ads, all promote thin. But personal responsibility. I chose to change. Books on body image, talks with Emily. Understanding deepened. Love true. Our first kiss? Weeks later. Park bench, sunset, nervous but right. Her lips soft, attraction real. Physical barriers broke. Intimacy amazing. Confidence key. Challenges in relationship. Comments from strangers, ignored. My old habits surfaced but quashed. Therapy helped. Stronger together. Family reactions? Mom surprised but warmed. Dad joked, then accepted. Siblings loved her. Holidays joyful. Career impacts. My marketing job, I pushed for diverse ads. Success. Emily's teaching, inspired by love. Travels together. Europe, beaches, she in bikini, confident. I admired. Memories cherished. Kids came. 2, beautiful. Teaching them acceptance. Family complete. Reflections on quote. Universal truth applies to all. Spread message. Alternate paths imagined. If no date, lonely. Grateful for trick. Friend stories, similar experiences, positive changes. Society progress, more acceptance but work needed. Our part. Daily love, notes, hugs, sustains. Future plans, grow old together. Message to viewers, open hearts. Love surprises. Conclusion. From trick to treasure, everyone deserves love. End.